何言ってんの？
え？
I suddenly realized that Sarika was looking at me in confusion. I quickly looked around. Of course, Aribura wasn't wearing a miniskirt uniform. She seemed to be talking about something serious with the detective. Did I just say that out loud? Oh no, that's embarrassing. My face was burning.
冗談だよ。
あんまりタクらしい冗談じゃなかったな。それとも実はそういう趣味だったとか？
違う。
本当にミニスカ捜査官が趣味じゃない？
そんなことより有村さんと刑事の関係を避けらないと。
Sarika was looking at me with cold eyes, but I quickly turned my attention to Arimura's conversation.
悪いが、こちらも動ける時間をなんとかひねり出してる状態だ。刑事だとは名乗っていないから勘弁してもらいたい。
刑事うんぬんじゃなくて。
君はあくまで条件付きの釈放。わかってるね。
近くの喫茶店でいいですか？あまり知られてない穴場があるんで。
The two of them started to walk off.
刑事さんとデートかな？
そんなわけないだろ。事件についての話に決まってる。
As I stood there and thought, Sarika brought her face right up to mine. It was too close, and if the other students saw, they'd get suspicious. And she smelled good, so I wanted her to stop. Okay.
どうするの？タク。
You make out. I mean, what?
僕たちもぜひ話聞きたいよな。
I pushed her face back just a little and looked toward the direction they'd gone off in.
じゃあ、行く？
ああ、近くの喫茶店かっていうと。
Even after being damaged by the earthquake, Shibuya was still a mecca for fashion and culture. There were a number of cafes, even just around Hikiko Academy.
あんまり知られてない穴場って言ってたよね。となると、やっぱりカフェラックスかな。
Yeah, that would make sense. The newspaper club went there so often because it was so close to the school, but students rarely visited it.
思いにしては冴えてるな。
褒められた。
いや、そんなに褒めてないからな。
We nodded at each other as we went through the gate.
よし、行くぞ。
オッケー。お主たちか。いつもの席は今さっき埋まって。
This is Renge. I tried to motion to the waitress to get her to understand. You're doing weird hand motions. Naruto, ninjutsu signs. Anyway, Sarika and I finally succeeded in getting our point across.
わけありか。よかろう、こちらへ来い。
With a perceptiveness that belied her ridiculous appearance, she led us to a seat near the entrance, far from our usual spot. If we put up a newspaper, maybe they couldn't spot us. Oh yes, the old, newspaper trick. Just like poke some holes and then we could see through the newspaper, maybe. We sat down and spread out a newspaper to hide our faces. I ordered myself my usual Mountain View and Sarika her grapefruit juice. Sarika drew her shoulders in to make herself harder to spot.
聞こえる？
I peeked out a little over the newspaper, motioned for her to be quiet, then listened.
ここは壁法の人たちにとって穴場なのかい？
だと思います。
Good. It was a little hard to hear, but I could make it out. I was still amazed to find out that anyone from Hikiko but us knew about this place.
それで、何なんですか？取り調べにはちゃんと通ってるじゃないですか。
さっき初めて見たが、 君は壁法では随分と表情が違うんだな。
Adamura frowned a little.
取り調べに対しては黙秘こそしていないものの、徹底して平坦な調子を貫いているそうだが。
By interrogations, he must mean they were asking about what she was doing at the Love Hotel. What was that? A file?
2年3組有村ひなえ16歳。2014年壁氷学園に入学。文芸部部長。友達が多く明るく社交的な性格の持ち主。成績は中の中。補導歴や学園側に反発するなどの問題行動を取った記録はなし。学園側から提出された君の資料だ。これにこちら側で調べた簡単な君のプロフィール以外、事件に関しては何も分かっていない。何も覚えていませんの一点張りではな。
The detective leaned back in his chair. I couldn't see his expression from here, but I could guess that he was frowning.
少しは壁法にいる時のように社交的に振る舞えないか？我々警察は全力をもって事件の解決に。
嘘です。
Her words were sharp. Adamura was glaring at the detective as if she found his presence extremely unpleasant.
あ、そうだったな。すまない。
The detective bowed his head just a little. Why is the detective bowing his head? I couldn't see his expression.
なんだ。
自分とその協力者は全力をもって事件の解決に当たっている。少なくとも敵対する立場にはいないだろう。
Adamura fell silent for a moment as if considering his words. What? What were they talking about?
別に取り調べに対して非協力的な態度を取るつもりはありません。ただ答えようがないだけです。事件前後の記憶がないのは本当のことなんですから。
ではそれ以外のことに関してこちらに言えることはないか？例えば殺された柿田博則との関係については。
My heart started beating faster.
タク？
The murder victim? The police had declared the Love Hotel incident, revolving dead, a suicide. I leaned forward even more. I couldn't afford to miss a word of this.
こちらっていうのは新庄さんとあの人たちってことですよね。
ああ、警察は関係ない。
Adamura thought for a second.
柿田さんとは協力関係でした。
協力というとあの件についての？
もちろんそうです。時折匿名性のある場所で落ち合って情報交換をしていました。
どうやって知り合った？どうした？
兄の友人だったので。
ん？確か君のお兄さんは地震で。
やめてください。
あ、
兄や私の家のことについては関係ありません。
Adamura's voice sounded genuinely pained. The detective fell silent for a moment, allowing her words to echo through the room.
あ、わかった。はい、新庄。ああ、わかった。10分ほどで戻る。進めておいてくれ。
The detective stood up. I quickly scrunched my shoulders together and leaned close to the newspaper. Yes, very subtle. The detective knew our faces, and I couldn't let him see me.
そうだ。その前に これに見覚えはないか？
The detective took out something like a file. And Arumoto jerked backward and looked away, frowning.
おい、どうした？
知ってますよ。でも嫌いなんです、そのシール。
Sticker. Well, sumo sticker, probably. Did she say sticker?
それがどうかしたんですか？
She was still looking away as she spat out the words.
ホテルの事件現場を撮影した動画がネットに上げられた件は知っているだろう。あれはどうやら渋谷の野良無線 LAN からアップロードされていたようで、まだ犯人が特定できていないんだが、その動画を撮影したカメラがあったと思われる場所にこれが貼ってあったんだ。何か知っていることはないか？
別に気味の悪いシールっていうだけです。街のあちこちに貼ってあるじゃないですか。早くしまってください。
Aramura refused to look at it. The detective put it away.
だろうな。こんなもの事件と関係あるはずがない。
This time he turned to go for real.
今後はなるべく署の取り調べに対しても協力的な姿勢を見せてくれ。
だから話せることがありません。
話さなくていい。だが条件付きの釈放を面白く思っていないお偉方もいる。しがらみってやつだ。壁標であれだけ元気な君なら簡単なことだろ。
Aramura sighed a very exaggerated sigh.
言っておきますけど、今時女子高生が女子高生をやるのもかなり大変なんですよ。
Okay. He's a very good actor. Crap. Good, they didn't spot us.
ところで君の同類は今のところ他にいないんだな。
もちです。また来るがよい。
ビビった。
タク、有村さんが出る前に出た方がよくない？
そうだな。
Things to get complicated if she caught me listening in. I paid for her drinks and headed for the exit.
また来るがよい。
Just as I was able to leave.
どうなろうが知ったことじゃない。
Okay. Aramura was all the way in the back, but I could hear her voice clearly. Well, October 6, 2015, Tuesday. 9 p.m. In front of Shibuya Station. The place was as crowded and noisy as ever. The footsteps of people rushing to the station to get home after work, the voices of people talking on their phones about where to meet for drinks, screams of joy as old friends were reunited. What was this, like, evolution of man, and then gun? It all blended together, and all had an effect on anyone who passed through it, even for a moment. 6 years after the Shibuya quake, the city had been rebuilt to the point where there was nothing left to remind you of it. Everything was up and running again, until a few years ago. Many people would stop and stare and wonder at how everything was new, but not anymore. The slogan of the restoration efforts, Shibuya, City Reborn, has such an effect on people that the past was beginning to be forgotten. At least for people who were in Shibuya during the earthquake. Just a 1-minute walk away from the station. Are we with Ito? Or I don't know. Was the Shibuya earthquake memorial. Well, we're with Kurusu right now, I guess. Kurusu made sure to visit once every week. She would put a flower down by the name of her best friend from elementary school and pray silently. Okay. It was only a short distance from the heart of the city, but the noise and commotion didn't reach this place. This place was somberly constructed and pure, as if it wanted to be separated from all that. The day was October 6th. The quake was on November 6th, so this was the same day of the month. Maybe that's why there were so many flowers. Some of them were lying scattered on the ground. Oh, CG. Well, there was no one around. Sometimes people would come at around 10:30 p.m. when an earthquake struck, but other than that, the place was mostly empty at night. Kurusu went around the area, grabbing up all the scattered flowers she could see and putting them on the nearby dais. Dais? She'd done it many times before. It was all part of her routine.
どうすればいいかな。
Kurusu was thinking about what had happened a few days before and about her younger brother, Miyashiro.
あなた、殺されますよ。
Did everyone hear that?
宮代拓先輩。
I thought she was like whispering it, but I guess everyone just heard that. She heard it clearly. Adamura Hinai has said those words to Miyashiro.
拓が。
No, that was impossible. There's no way her brother was about to get caught up in something because of what he learned. A sudden wind blew the flowers out of her hand. They scattered away from her. All she could do was watch. For a moment she tried to reach out and grab them, but her hand clawed uselessly at the air. Before the feelings overwhelmed her, she turned toward the place where her friend's name was carved.
ね
She rubbed it gently. The familiar sensation came to her through her fingers. I guess there's a bunch of
え、
names.
どうすればいいかな。
But the name, Minamisawa Senri, just echoed the question back to her. Well, back here.
いいんじゃないか？珍しくいいアングルだ。
Okay, well, I guess Ito just did the whole, camera thing off screen.
お前な、言っとくけどかなりめんどくさかったんだぞこれ。
どっかにくくりつけたのか？
なんか壁にくっついてる鉄パイプみたいなやつにな。
Hmm?
違う、それきっと雨どいだ。屋根に溜まった雨水を。
どうでもいい。くくりつけるのに使ったバンドやらは自腹切ったんだからな。明日払えよ。
Okay.
設置する場所はそっちが勝手に。
言い出しっぺはそっちだろ、宮代部長。
Ah.
言っとくけど、データの回収はみんなで持ち回りだからな。
わかってるよ。
てか、それもいちいち面倒なんだよな。中継式のは手に入らなかったのか？
高いんだよ。
And if you try to do wireless from there all the way to Hekiko or this place, that'd be a huge pain.
で、そっちは？
え？
有村さんだよ。会えたのか？
Sort of, I guess. Yeah. It depends on how you look at it.
明日話すよ。結構面白い情報が手に入ったから。
なんだよ、今言えよ。
Well, that would ruin the
そろそろ
surprise.
渋谷ニュースの放送が始まるんだよ。
え？今日放送あるのか？
Should have been more careful.
ちゃんと全部チェックしとけよ。今日の更新文の最後に書いてあったぞ、伊藤部員。
やがましい！
He hung up on me angrily. I put the phone down and checked the time. About 5 more minutes. I opened Shibuya News and waited for the broadcast to start. After that, Arimura had waited about an hour before she came out of Cafe Lax. I thought about pretending to run into her, but I didn't want to go up to her too fast and have her find out I was listening. As I waited for the right moment, she got in a taxi and left. Oh, okay. She was probably heading to the Shibuya police station for an interrogation. Okay, why are you laughing? This was amazing. I wasn't able to talk to Arimura, but I knew I managed to get much more important information. There was a lot about their conversation I didn't understand, but I was right about one thing. The police were treating the incidents, or at least revolving dead, as murders. That detective, Shinjo, was it? He seemed to be acting separately from the rest of the police force, and he had some kind of secret about it that he shared with Arimura. But more importantly than that, and more importantly than anything, from what he'd been saying, I was sure of it. And while he knew about the sumo stickers, he didn't seem to realize their importance. Maybe he hadn't realized that they were at the other two crime scenes. Good. I really was one step ahead of the police. Okay, it's I feel like we could actually work with Shinjo, and find the killer much faster, but instead we're gonna like be obsessed with our superiority complex, I guess, as Takeru, and not do that. Just very excited about knowing things that others don't, If I kept it up, I might be able to learn more about the case than anyone else. More than the ignorant kids getting ready for the festival, more than the people who had clinged to the internet for information, more than even the police. More than Kawahara, the jerk who called me a pretend reporter. Kawahara, the guy we, killed in our delusion, anyway, with a pro wrestling move. And more than the rest of the class who called me a camera kid. Screw them all! Ah! I'll show you who's right, I guess.
2015年10月7日0時になりました。皆様、ようこそいらっしゃいませ。K さんと申します。
Ironically, as we, cling to K's words as well. Even though he just said, like, all those, dumb kids that cling to the internet for information, we're also doing that, though, It's all about sharing information. Miyashiro, not keeping it to yourself. You learn more by sharing, not by, isolating yourself, but I don't know. And again, if you share too much information, it might scare the killer, and then you'll never find out who they were ever, assuming there is a killer. Well, Shibuya's news net radio started just like it had said it would. Kei's voice was as pleasant and clear as ever. The last broadcast was after the Love Hotel incident, so it would have been September 30th. It had been about a week.
まとわりつく暑さはもうなくなりましたね。発表されている通りならしばらくは過ごしやすい気温になると思いますが、いかがお過ごしでしょうか。
As I listened to her voice read out all the latest information from Shibuya, I grabbed a magazine off a cabinet shelf. It was a back issue of Cool Cat Press that I bought, or rather been forced to buy, from Gen. Just like with Kei's broadcast, it had been a while since I spent any time with this. I paged through it, looking for an interesting article. It was still mostly junk. 10 ways to make your ideal girl like you, how to tell your ideal girl you like her, what to say you're ideal to get her into your bed, etc. There were a lot of articles that were no interest to me whatsoever. Nope, not at all. Totally, nope. Obviously. As I carefully read through these articles, which did not interest me at all by the way, I found a small section in the back that was something a little different. Rorschach will reveal her naked heart, how to know exactly what she's thinking. The article consisted of strange symmetrical drawings in black ink, along with commentary from a psychoanalysis about what each said about your personality. Is their name Sigmund Freud? Or at least it was someone who claimed to be a psychoanalyst. At the very end, there were even diagrams on how to use these pictures to see how popular you were or how compatible you were with a certain girl. I mean, I feel like Like, I believe, you know, the whole ink drawing, like ink blot thing, that's kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like a myth, you know? It doesn't really mean anything. It's just, you know, how you interpret it is what the real information that you get from it or whatever. It's kind of like, you know, horoscopes, kind of like, you know, a lot of things. It's mostly just vague in general. It's more so to get a general feeling from the patient, I guess, the client, you know? Often it doesn't reveal anything factual. It's just what you're feeling at the time. I don't know. I whispered to myself, Rorschach test was a famous personality test. I guess we look at it. Is it called Rorschach? Rorschach. Rorschach? A famous type of projected personality test made by a psychologist. Similar to in multiple ways. Learn more what they're thinking. As image shown, test subject response. Comes at 10 cards. The use continues today. Okay, well, yeah. Again, it's very similar to personality tests involving what was it called? The Myers-Briggs test. Yeah, that's also like a very similar thing, or it's kind of like it's very just generic, you know, vague questions. In fact, I believe the Myers-Briggs test wasn't really invented by, you know, qualified people. It was just you know, random writers that wrote the test and, you know, just assumed different things about the human behavior and made the test from that. But mostly it's just, you know, the answers are definitely very much interpreted in a way where what you want to interpret them as, I guess, if that makes any sense, you know? As in, like, you could get different answers depending what mood you're in, basically. So it's not like the be all end all. It's just an interpretation from your own like current mood, I guess. The test involved pouring black and red ink down a folded card and spreading it out to create a strange symmetrical shape. Different people would see the shape as a dog's head or a man or woman kissing, and what you saw told you about your personality, I guess. But the idea of using it to determine your popularity or compatibility with a certain girl was just so stupid I had to laugh.
この図形は羊か？何々？これが羊などの毛に覆われた動物に見えたあなたは本心を隠そうという意識が強く、女の子には何を考えているかわからない人ととても警戒されています。
I guess, well, that's a trap, isn't it? You know? Because no matter what answer you get in these like magazines, they can apply to everyone, is the thing. Or at least generally, right? So it's kind of, it feels like, oh, this horoscope or this like test is like, oh, it's talking to me. But actually, all these like personality traits are just very general and everyone could just, you know, sympathize at the very least.
そんなあなたのモテ度は20点です。
20 out of 100. Okay. That's how they get you. They attack your insecurities. I snapped back to my senses. Oh, that was close. I almost did the whole test. I tossed the magazine on my desk. And then, as if she'd been waiting for me to finish, Kaya's voice became a little more serious.
さて、このように今日も渋谷ではいろんなニュースがありましたが、そろそろ本題に入りましょう。今日、放送の機会を設けさせていただいたのは、ある一つの記事を皆さんに紹介したいと思ったからです。
The point? What article was she talking about? I listened intently to Kay's words.
この放送やサイトでも頻繁に取り上げさせていただいている事件に関してのもの。そう、今渋谷で起こっている連続猟奇事件です。
Well, okay. I was right. We know who this is. I mean, it's kind of obvious now, but like, he's wearing a lab coat and the schoolgirl uniform and obviously her hair and everything. What do you think she's doing with a laptop? What room is she in? I guess it's just generic room. What kind of mic is she using? I feel like this is not a very good mic. I don't know. Unless this is a very expensive mic. Otherwise, usually mics like this kind of reminds me of an old like Logitech mic that's just really bad. At least have a pop filter, you know? Unless you're, well, I don't know. There's different like, I guess, schools of thoughts when it comes to like pop filters. You know, some people say you don't need them as long as you have the correct breathing technique. But me personally, it does help. I don't know. Because otherwise, when you talk, you kind of get some breaths into the microphone. It sounds bad.
ニュージェネレーションの狂気という事件の日付と今回の連続猟奇事件の日付が一致していることは以前に述べましたが、この動画はそれ以外の共通点を指摘してくださっています。
What? Had someone other than us noticed?
このアドレスです。
I mean, she's probably pointing to our video, actually. I clicked the link she posted immediately after I saw it. It was the address for a Nikonia video. The few seconds it took to load felt like an eternity.
来た。
Yeah, it's our video. Amazing. We're gonna get viral. Hooray. Huh? I saw the thumbnail for the video and quickly turned away. And then I grabbed my phone.
Onoe, Shibuya News 聞いてるか？早く見てみろ。僕らの動画が特集されてる。
I'm very excited. Senpai has noticed us. Yay. October 7, 2015, Wednesday. Sakura... Oh, how you say that? Sakura Gao Kacho. Sakura Gao... Sakura Gao Kacho. I don't know how to say it. Shibuya. Sakura Gao Kacho. Trustworthiness investigation company Frisia. Or Frisia. Frisia? How you say that actually? Frisia? Frisia. Oh, there she is.
今回はこの辺りでお付き合いいただきありがとうございます。
I see butt.
わずかな時間のお相手は私 K さんでした。
K-san.
時刻は間もなく2015年10月7日0時22分。悔いのない一日が始められることを祈っています。
Okay, she sounds a lot nicer on the radio than she is in person, I guess. At least towards Shinjo, anyway. Kunosato gave her usual sign-off and ended the broadcast. I guess this is where she was broadcasting from. She stretched expansively, her shoulders cracking as the stretch passed through her entire body. She knew that acting like a proper lady was the way to get listeners for these guerrilla radio broadcasters, but it felt like she was taking things too far. After almost 100 times, she was used to it, but she never finished a broadcast while feeling exhausted. Well, he's Shinjo, right here.
なんだ。
いや。
お疲れ様みおちゃん。コーヒーは？
Oh, there's Momose. The voice is very familiar, by the way, Momose's voice. I think it's like, you know, generic old lady anime voice. I feel like probably has a bunch of roles with a similar character. Well, Shinjo watched, stunned, as Mio leaned back in her chair, crossed her legs, and accepted a coffee from Momose.
昼間の有村といい、最近の若い女の子はどうなってるんだ?
She sure didn't look like a girl who'd been speaking to a computer microphone with a pleasant voice just a moment ago. He knew this was what she was really like, but, you know, see, I guess that's the trend.
はあ?
These high school girls acting nice and normal, but actually, they're a lot different in real life. Her eyes met with his.
何をしていたんだ今のは。
情報の発信だ。他に何がある?
That made no sense. Broadcasting information?
まあ、新庄ちゃんがわからないのも無理はないけどね。
Momose glanced over at Konosato.
みおちゃんはうちの大切な情報屋なの。本業は研究者だけど。
Being a scientist is her day job, I guess. Is she a Mado scientist?
はあ? その年でですか?
at her age.
そう、アメリカの研究所に飛び級で招かれた天才。
Okay, she's just a genius, I guess. She does look older, but I don't know. I guess it's just anime.
私は秀才型です。天才ってやつはこんなもんじゃない。
Anime just makes her look like a little bit older, but actually she's just a teenager, I guess. I don't know.
それよく電話で話してるあなたがお世話になった子のこと？
Kurosato nodded and started to massage her tired shoulders. He'd had no idea. He thought she was pretty grown up for a 17-year-old. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, she's 17? Gosh darn anime. Make everyone
何の研究を？
like not look their age, basically.
私のプロフィールが事件と関係あるのか？
いや、そうじゃないが。
ここよ。
Momose pointed at Shinjo's head.
頭？
脳みそ、量子脳論特別研究員。
Quantum brain dynamics, okay? Well, I know about quantum theory. It tends to pop up in a bunch of sci-fi anime, but doesn't explain the brain activity, particularly human consciousness, from a quantum mechanical perspective. Okay.
なぜ碧峰学園に？
渋谷にある壁法はいろいろとカオスチャイルド症候群を研究するのにちょうどいいからよ。ね。
Chaos Child Syndrome, okay? Got a bit deeper into the plot. I guess that's her motivation for being here.
本題に入りませんか？
Without waiting for Shinjo or Momose to agree, she continued.
有村は力士シールについて何か言っていたか？
俺にはタメ口なんだよな。
He sighed to himself.
おい。
いや、何を気にしているか知らないが、気味悪がっていただけだ。
確かか？
何をそんなに気にしている？そういえば、さっきもシールについて何か言っていたな。
He thought back to how different Konosato's voice was when she was on the radio.
あれは何をしていたんだ？
だから情報の発信だと言っただろ。
ちゃんと説明してあげたら？これから新庄ちゃんとは解決まで協力することになるんだし。
Konosato didn't bother to hide her displeasure at Momose's interruption.
ギブアンドテイクでしょ？
Give and take. Give
もらえるものがあれば
take.
いいんですがね。
That was enough to piss Shinjo off.
お前な、少しは年長者に対する敬意を。
今年発表された主要メディアの利用率を知っているか？
は？
ネットの利用者は全体で7割、10代では8割、20代30代では9割が利用していて、いずれもテレビよりも利用率が高い。都市部に限定すればもっと上がる。
I mean, I wonder if that's true in real life. Probably. I mean, it seems, correct. But I don't know if you always trust the statistics, especially when there's no source. When my source is literally just an anime visual novel.
10代20代で新聞を日常的に利用しているやつは1割もいない。去年も一昨年もそう変わらん。中学生へのスマホの普及率は半分以上。高校生以上になると9割5分。スマホを持っていることはネットを利用していることと同義だ。
待て、何の話だ？
普段手に入れる情報をネットだけに依存している人間がどれだけいると思う？
Kunosato suddenly stood up and brought over the mobile PC she'd been using to stream. I mean, that's a laptop, isn't it? What's it called? Mobile PC. But she opened something on the screen for Shinjo to see. It was the homepage of a major newspaper dated yesterday. I see. What's this? It's like food. Oh, that's not what I do. I want to like... Oh, it's bread, okay. Pastries, that's what I did. What's this? Woman has filed 1.11 million yen suit. Oh, because of the surveillance cameras. Oh yeah. It was mentioned before. There was an article about a Shibuya resident suing Koshin for invasion of privacy.
これは私が起こした。
You caused this?
Huh?
監視社会の問題を考える団体の一人がツイポの中毒者でな。同様の思想を持つアカウントとホームページを別々の人間としてでっち上げ、過去にあった効果的な判例に誘導し、複数人からあなたは被害者だと言われているように思わせた。踏ん切りがつかなかったようだから、週末に更新側が取った無礼な態度を録音させ、それをネタに炎上させた。その結果が
Okay. What's this? She said as she tapped the PC.
まさか。
ネットに依存しているやつが一番食いつく情報は、自分にとって都合がいいネット以外のメディアの情報だ。かけてもいいが、こいつは提訴に関して私が紹介した書籍以外は一行も読んでないぞ。
Not that I ever seen her face, Kunosato continued. The way she spoke alone was enough to make Shinjo believe she was telling the truth. Like, isn't that... I mean, that's technically... You're not allowed to do that, you know? Making a bunch of accounts and doing that sort of thing. What's it called? There's a word for it. I want to say false flagging? No, that's not the right word. Something like that. I don't know. I mean, in general, it's just manipulating someone, I guess.
百瀬さんから更新がきな臭いことは聞いているだろう。私も同じ考えだ。なるべくイメージを落としておきたい。そして私が今欲しいのは力士シールに関する情報だ。
The screen was indeed showing a picture of the sumo sticker. And then...
碧峰学園新聞部
Shinjo's gaze landed on a phrase in the video's introduction. Wasn't that where those kids who snuck into the Love Hotel went?
首を突っ込むなと注意しておいたのに。
His tone was irritated as he remembered the faces of the boy and the girl. Kunosato, however, seemed to find it rather entertaining.
なかなかに気のつく連中だ。利用できるときに利用しておく。今からそうだな、12時間もすればこの動画に力士シールに関しての情報が殺到する。
It's gonna go viral.
え
It's that easy. She just, you know, apparently Kunosato is just, you know, she has the internet in the palm of her what's the phrase, you know, in the palm of her fingers? Is that the right word? I don't know, the right idiom?
放送での情報発信はそのための仕込みの一つだ。
Basically, she controls the internet. She chooses what goes viral or what doesn't, I guess. At least in Shibuya, anyway. Shibuya. After what she just told him about her dealings with Koshin, he couldn't help but believe her.
何新庄ちゃん。
いえ。
He realized that he must have been looking at Momose for an answer. Just who was this girl?
ダメよ新庄ちゃん。みおちゃんに手出したら。
何言ってるんですか。
And he felt his cheeks turn red at this entirely unexpected response. He's underage.
違います。これは図星とかではなく。
I guess depending on the prefecture, though.
わかってるわよ。まだまだね。
有村は他に同類を見つけていないんだな。
Kunosato interrupted.
ああ、そう言っていた。
であれば次に狙われる可能性があると分かっているのは有村だけになる。何の目的かは知らないが、おそらく10月10日に。
October 10. The day of the vampire incident 6 years ago.
いざとなったらおとりに使ってしまえばいい。狙われるかどうかはわからんがな。
そんなことできるわけないだろう。
Shinjo slammed his fists down on the desk and glared at Kunosato. Or Kunosato? Kunosato. That was going too far even for him. But instead of getting scared, Kunosato glared back at him with an expression he'd never seen before. Her face was cold and dangerous, like the blade of a knife. She looked more like one of the people he'd arrested than anyone he'd saved.
お前は事件の解決に協力してくれるんだろう。言っておくが、いざという時の指示には従ってもらうぞ。
こちらも言っておくがな。
Kunosato put her hands on the desk and drew closer to him.
私がまず殺したいのは今回の事件の犯人で、その次は有村をはじめとするそいつらだ。
Okay, you're admitting to, you know, admitting to planning to murder? Or how do you say it? There's like a word for, like, you know, basically like first degree murder. It's only first degree murder if you plan to kill someone and then you kill someone. What's like the planning part, you know, of killing someone? I don't know. I guess attempted murder? You're admitting to attempted murder or something? Which, I mean, normally would send her to prison, but, you know, I guess Shinjo needs her to solve the case as well, so I don't know. Ito whispered as he turned the camera around the room, and I wholeheartedly agreed. We were in our classroom after school. The culture festival was just 3 days away, and from this afternoon until the day of the event, classes were cancelled to allow more time for the preparations. The rest of the class must have been getting excited, because they were making even more noise than usual as they started moving around desks and furniture. Since this marked the start of real preparations for the culture festival, the newspaper club needed to go around and take more footage of the rest of the school. We've been on our feet all afternoon. I didn't have time for this right now. Ito whispered as he saw the group glancing at us from a corner of the classroom.
マジ？必死すぎじゃん。
つーか何？ニコニヤにアップなんかしてんの？あいつら。
パクるとかどんだけだよ。
パクリじゃない。
Rip off? Damn those wrong-siders. Didn't they look at the timestamp?
てか、みんな思った以上にニコニヤ見てんだな。
うちのクラスの出し物、ゲロカエルン喫茶だろ。
ん？おう。
ゲロカエルンの再ブームの火付けになった動画、例の記者の渡部が特集したのがきっかけなんだよ。
So a lot of them knew who Watabe was.
それでかよ。
Ito sighed again. He was probably getting sick of the glances and whispers he'd been getting since lunchtime. So was I. Geh.
宮代。なんですか？
The look on Kawahara's face said, I had better things to do than waste time with you right now.
文化祭の記録映像、どのくらい進んでる？
So that's all he wanted to talk about?
ですね。その
Sono desu ne. How was I supposed to answer that? We were just recording videos, there really was no point when it was finished, and please stop looking at me like that.
なんだよ。どのくらいだ？いや、その
順調に撮ってるよ。どうかしたのか？
文化祭の閉会式の時、バックに流したらいい演出になるんじゃないかっていう案が出た。できそうか？
Ito put his hand on my shoulder.
大丈夫だよな。
おお、多分
だと。
じゃ
細かい打ち合わせは明日するから。
Huh?
ちょっと待ってください。
I found myself speaking to Kawahara as he turned to leave. I don't have time for...
なんだ。
No,
なんでもないです。
okay. Kawahara looked irritated that I stopped him.
行こう、クルス。クルス？
Kurisu seemed to be thinking about something. It wasn't clear if she heard him or not. And suddenly she looked at me.
タクル。
なんだよ。
For once, Kurisu seemed uncertain about what to say. Come to think of it, this was the first time I talked to her since the incident with Arimura.
ちょっと来て。
She dragged me out to the corner of an empty hallway. I shook her hand off my arm.
何？どうしたんだよ。
Kurisu cradled the hand I shaken off protectively.
あれから有村さんと会った？
あれからって生徒会室で会ってからってこと？
She nodded.
会ってないよ。
That wasn't a lie. I hadn't spoken to her directly after all.
そう。
What?
有村さんがどうかしたのか？
Kurisu remained silent, her lips pressed into a thin line. And then...
事件の動画アップしたでしょ。すぐに削除しなさい。
Well... But Kurisu, my views! Has she been checking our page?
事件を追うのもやめなさい。ラブホテルの一件で懲りたでしょ。
確かに警察には連れて行かれたけど、別に
取り返しのつかないことになる可能性だってあるの。
There was something different about the way she talked. Her whole personality was different than usual. It wasn't as forceful. She was lecturing me, but instead of looking me in the eye, she was cradling her arm. It was as if she was speaking to herself, not to me. For the first time since I left the orphanage, I thought I might be able to win an argument with her.
危ないことはしてない。新しくアップした動画だって普通の取材の範囲だったろ。今あの動画はいろいろあって注目されてる。僕はそれに書き込むことしかできない他の連中とは違う。
またそんなことを。子供じゃないんだから。
部室に行く。教室に戻るんなら伊藤に先に行ってるって伝えておいて。
I turned around without waiting for her answer. When I got a good distance away, she said,
タクル、あなたも他の人と違わない。ただの高校生でしょ。
And that line probably is very meaningful because Takeru is... I feel like she mentioned before, you know, he's very obsessed with being special. He doesn't want to be, you know, just like everyone else. That's why he's so obsessed with being right and everything, I guess. Her voice wasn't as strong as usual, but there was no trace of anything like kindness in it either. I didn't stop walking. A minute later, Ito ran up to me and we walked to the club room together. Ito asked me if something had happened, but I told him that wasn't the case.
あ、やっと来た。二人とも遅いよ。
悪い。どうなってる？
さっきもう10万超えちゃったよ。コメントは5000超え。
Amazing. Huh?
マジで
？Ito raced over to the PC that Serika was looking at.
マジじゃねえか。おい、見えしろ。落ち着けよ。
10万くらいどうってことないじゃないか。
Isn't that big?
震えてんじゃねえか。
Shut up. Oh yeah, so much dopamine from all the internet popularity, I guess. Well, yeah, okay, that's what you said. Yesterday, the video had only 5 views, and now it had over 100,000. Even though, I mean, compared to like, you know, in real life, 100,000 actually is relatively not that much either, but well, it's growing, I guess. Actually, it was getting close to 110,000. Though I guess considering, you know, this is like popular in Shibuya, you know, within a small area. If it was like internationally popular, it would reach definitely like the millions, but I guess not. It is still popular though, considering, you know, the population size. The cause was obvious. It was the Nikoniya news video that had been updated this morning.
渡部の記事のコメントは
さっき見た感じじゃ炎上してる雰囲気だったけど。
Flame war, okay. Do people still use the word flame war anymore? I don't know. Maybe I just don't spend as much time on the forums as much anymore, you know, on message boards anymore. But I feel like people don't just say flame war. It's like I feel like that's an outdated term, but Today's new about to make Tamaki. Today I'm going to show this update. Bring it to your friends, especially into Shibuya Sumo stickers. I know something you don't. Okay. Such a shitlord. Okay. Stealing other people's content. Let's start to open the page.
やっぱり今もだね。
1 out of 3 or 4 comments on the article was criticizing it. I took a quick look at them. Faker? I know a faker. He can summon swords. But I don't think that's the same faker. A word invented by Miyashiro brags about knowing information easily available with simple internet search, who writes comments of inaccurate information and pretends to be a right-sider. In his mind, these words are no different than meaningless scribblings and considered all fakers to be wrong-siders. Fake news. It was this morning when we realized that something was going on with the view count on the video we uploaded. After Shibuya News had linked to it, the views had gone up to almost 10,000 overnight. That in itself was a big deal. It was getting views faster than any video in the club's history. But this was to be expected. Kay had a lot of followers, you know, that's how you get popular, you know, you get someone else who's like super popular to shout you out, and that's how you get viral, I guess. I don't know, something like that. After the broadcast had ended around midnight, Ito, Seraka, and I had gotten excited and quickly got in touch on our smartphones. We stayed up until close to dawn watching the number go up. Ah, yes. But just before noon had really started to climb. Just as we decided to see where these new viewers were coming from, we noticed a comment on the video saying I came from Watabe's article. This was the article they were referring to. Nikoniya's web reporter, Watabe, had figured out that sumo stickers were being placed near the crime scenes, and he had never before seen a photo of the room at the Love Hotel from the revolving dead incident. And in that photo, Watabe had realized that the photo contained a sumo sticker, and that the other crime scenes have sumo stickers nearby as well. He'd written up his findings in an article and published it. Oh yeah, well, I guess, yeah, technically we didn't get that photo. I mean, technically it's a new photo. We found it first, but, you know. He's the one that gave, you know, a much more high-definition picture of it. It does look different, though. Look at the sumo sticker. Why is it like, you know, they're puffing their cheeks? They're doing the anime girl pout, I guess. And as a result, people had come over to our video that discussed the same topic.
10万って新記録だろ。副部長の渋谷復興動画の5万が今までの最高記録だもんな。
Yeah, that's true, but
素直にこの記事のインパクトってわけじゃないだろう。どっちかっていうと、渡部がパクったって騒いでる奴らが多いってだけで。
バカ、それでも10万は10万だろ。しかもこの短時間にコメントだってめちゃめちゃ来てんだぞ。
Don't you know? Creating drama also gets you more attention, and more attention equals more views. Get those views, I guess.
まあそうだけどさ。
Still, it wasn't hard for me to be happy. The reason we were getting so many views and comments was that the contents of Watabe's article were so similar to ours. Not many viewers seemed to think that we were amateurs who just happened to put something together similar to Nikoniya News. A lot of people were enjoying the scandal of Watabe, the up-and-coming reporter, plagiarizing an amateur video. It was true that we'd uploaded our video before Watabe, that was obvious from the timestamps. Well, some of our classmates seemed to think that we had ripped off Watabe though.
まるっきり炎上マーケティングみたいだ。
Yeah, flame war marketing. I mean, that's what I said just before. Creating drama.
この渡部の記事がだよ。渡部が本当に記事をパクったかどうかはわからないけど。
いやそれはないだろう。素人のやつをパクった炎上を利用するってネットの記者とはいえありえないだろう。
Well, maybe.
それに炎上なんかで騒ぎを集めなくても渡部は十分知名度あるだろう。スクープ連発してんだから。
I mean, yeah, why did he do it though? Why did he do
俺
it?
らの動画アップしたの一昨日だろ。再生数もほとんどなかったし、渋谷ニュースで再生数伸びたって言っても今朝の話だ。この記事なんて明らかにそこから用意したものじゃねえだろ。
That's true too, but something still bothered me. There were several conditions that had to be met for a flame war to really take off. Two of the biggest were the famous person had to be the target, and that the mainstream media had to get involved. The TV people, basically. Just having our video picked up by Shibuya News was a first for us. What were the odds that the perfect fodder for an epic flame war would get posted at the exact same time? I mean, it's epic of flame war. It's funny to me. Ito said as he watched me mumble to myself. I know I read that weird.
人のコメントから情報を漁ろうぜ。ほら、力士シールのこと書き込んでくれてるやつもいる。おい、宮代、チャンスなんだろ。
Ito seemed unable to contain his excitement. Actually,
やけに元気だなお前。
は？そうか？
しんちゃんが前に作った動画100いかなかったもんね。
Ito's face suddenly went red.
別にそれは関係ねえよ。
Was that why?
見るなよ。ほら、文化祭の映像撮んのに時間取られたんだから、とっととやるぞ。和樹。
Oh, delusion time, I guess. Delusion.